everybody, welcome into Tailgate With Me, episode 4. Today we're going to be making some Italian meatball sliders out on the smoker. These things are going to be awesome. It's a little bit cold outside, and so I just thought that this would be some nice comfort food for the weekend. In the sliders, what we're going to start off with is a pound of Wagyu ground beef. We're also going to throw in a pound of Italian sausage. We picked this up from AJ's. We got 2 sweet Italian and then 1 spicy. We're gonna need to hold all of this together. So for a binder, we're gonna add about 2 eggs. We're gonna add a cup of Italian style breadcrumbs. And then we're gonna sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese as well. We're gonna cook this today on the smoker. We're gonna run the smoker today at 275. Meatballs are gonna cook pretty quick. We're gonna have them in there for about 40 minutes. I'm gonna pull them off. I'm gonna add in the marinara sauce. I absolutely love this stuff. I get it from Costco. It's Rao's, however you pronounce it.
It's got all those robes on it. Rogues? Roots? I can't say that word. Roads.
Go great with it. So once we pull those meatballs off the smoker, we're gonna cover them in the marinara sauce. We're gonna put them back out on the smoker. So total cook time is only gonna be about an hour and a half today. So we're just gonna go ahead and start mixing this together. We got our 1 meatball ready. We're gonna go ahead and throw it, just kidding. We're gonna go ahead and break this up into small pieces, about a golf ball size. And today, since we're doing this on the smoker, I don't wanna put these directly on the grate, so I'm gonna have a little cooking tray. I'm just gonna throw them on here. That way they won't stick. I'm gonna spray something on there. And again, we're gonna set it to 275. We're gonna set these bad boys out there for 45 minutes. Then we're gonna pull them off and I'll explain what we're gonna do after. All right, smoker is up to temp, running at a little bit hotter than 275, but we're gonna go ahead and get these meatballs on there. And put the grate. Since we're gonna take these off and put them in the marinara and then wrap them, you can look right here. We're sitting at about 165, 170. It's all the way up to 180. So these are perfect. They're on there for 45 minutes, running at 275. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and put them in a tray. Meatballs have been on for 15 minutes after we put them in the marinara. We're gonna go ahead and look at them. Looking extremely tasty. We're gonna go ahead and wrap these now. We're gonna go ahead and put these in here. Just enough to get a little crisp on there. You don't want them too crispy, but I like a little crisp on these meatball sliders. They're gonna be delicious. Time to pick up some meatballs for your family. How's your family? How you doing? Probably looking delicious. Let's check. Oh my goodness. Looking delicious. Go ahead and pull them out. Buns have been in about 10 to 15 minutes. Start at 350. They're taking a little bit longer than I like, so I cranked up the heat. And they're about perfect right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull them off. Get a nice brown around the inside. We're gonna go ahead and start building one. Bread's done. Meatballs are done. First thing we're gonna do, I got some thinly sliced provolone from the deli. Why not? Let's just go on ahead and throw 2 slices on there. And we're gonna go ahead and put a couple meatballs on here. I figured with the size of this, you could probably put about 2 per bun. That looks about perfect right there. Maybe a little bit of extra sauce. Sheesh. And then we're gonna go ahead and drop some fresh parsley on there. After all that hard work, it's finally time for a taste test. Let's go ahead and dive in. This looks so good. Messy, but so good. Chargers 2021 season is officially over, so now we are looking forward to the draft, free agency. There's a lot of big question marks coming up with this team. They ended up finishing with the top 5 offense led by Justin Herbert. Unfortunately, the defense really was the downfall of this team, and it really showcased itself in Week 18 against the Raiders. 3rd and 4, needed a run stop, didn't get it. So I think the team is really going to focus on rebuilding that defense this year. And it kind of sucked because Staley came in, he led the number 1 defense in the NFL, and you thought that the Chargers were actually going to lean on their defense this year, and Herbert was actually going to get a lot of help. Didn't end up working that way. I think the main reason why is Staley did kind of inherit this team from an Anthony Lynn-led drafting position. So I think he's going to have a lot of say. Chargers have 11 draft picks. I do not expect them to use all of them. I think they're going to compile some of those compensatory picks, and they're going to move up in the draft if they really like somebody. But the Chargers have a lot of holes to fill, especially on special teams and defense, so they could end up using it. They got about $80 million to spend in free agency. Right now, Over the Cap has them at about 67, but they're going to cut Bulaga, almost certain. That's going to free up another $10 million. We can see Chris Harris walking. So what I would like to see is I would like to see the Chargers bring back Mike Williams. It's a huge question mark. I know he's going to cost a lot of money, but the chemistry between him and Herbert, I would love to see that continue. Whenever you need a big play, Herbert trusts, Big Mike to go up there and grab the ball for him. I would like to see them bring back Kaiser White, Justin Jones, and I also think that they might sign Derwin James to a big contract this offseason. So with all that said, we're going to have a lot of money to play with, and I hope they make the right picks so that we can actually be filming in the playoffs next year with Tailgate With Me.